Welcome to Yoho National Park and this, the Ultimate Travel Guide. In this video, I'll show you how to get here, how to get around, where to stay, where to eat, and what there is to do and see in one of the most beautiful places in Canada. The word Yoho is named after a Cree expression of awe and wonder, which seems to be a very appropriate name considering the incredible sights you'll see when visiting the park. Yoho is a part of the Canadian Rocky Mountain UNESCO World Heritage Site and is known for its stunning waterfalls, deep blue lakes, and soaring peaks. Yoho is located in British Columbia, but right on the border with Alberta and immediately adjacent to Banff National Park. The park is about a half-hour drive from Lake Louise, about an hour's drive from the town site of Banff, and about 2 hours from the city of Calgary. Most of the main sites are accessible by road directly off of the Trans-Canada Highway. In fact, that's the Trans-Canada Highway right behind me. However, some of the smaller access roads to some of these sites are only open during the summer months. Don't forget that you do need a park pass to enter the park. Yoho National Park isn't Banff and it isn't Jasper, so don't expect the same number of hotels in this park. And in the same vein, don't expect the luxury of the Banff Springs or Jasper Park Lodge either. But don't think that Yoho can't compete. It can, just not with the two other big boys next door. You will find a great number of guest houses, bed and breakfasts, and cabins in and around the park. The park also has a hostel, the Whiskey Jack Hostel near Takakkaw Falls. As far as hotels, there are a number of them, including Cathedral Mountain Lodge, Truffle Pigs Lodge, the beautiful Lake O'Hara Lodge, and the famous Emerald Lake Lodge. A great website to find accommodation is field.ca. Of course, Lake Louise is only about 30 minutes from here, Golden, BC is only about 40 minutes away, and Banff is about 1 hour's drive from Yoho National Park. You'll obviously find plenty of accommodation in these three locations. If you prefer being one with nature, then you'll be happy to hear that there are 4 campgrounds in the park, although there are fewer than 200 campsites combined. But again, the proximity to Banff National Park helps, as there's plenty of camping just next door. Yoho may not be blessed or cursed with a ton of restaurants like Banff is, but the restaurants in Yoho are surprisingly good. Restaurants include the Truffle Pigs Bistro and Lodge in Field, a great name by the way, the Siding Cafe, also in Field, the Emerald Lake Lodge, Cilantro on the Lake, and the Cathedral Mountain Lodge Riverside Dining Room. The village of Field, which is actually right behind me, is a convenient place to stop at, grab a meal, gas up, or charge your electric vehicle. They also have accommodation in this village. The village was founded back in 1880 and is also the home to the Yoho Visitor Center. And if this is your first time to Yoho, I strongly recommend you stop in and get updates on hiking, camping, roads, and wildlife. One of the most magnificent sights in the Rockies happens to be here in Yoho and is Emerald Lake. The lake is a beautiful, vibrant green lake surrounded by towering mountains. Perfectly nestled on the lake's shores is the iconic Emerald Lake Lodge. But the lake is more than a pretty face. You can canoe around the lake or walk the 5-kilometer gentle hike around the lake shore. Emerald Lake can be accessed all year round. Takakkaw Falls is the tallest waterfall in the Canadian Rockies and the second tallest waterfall in Canada. You can access the falls by driving on the Yoho Valley Road, but the road is a series of tight switchbacks and your vehicle must be less than 23 feet in length. Also, the road is closed most of the year. In fact, it's only open from mid-June to mid-October. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. Thanks. Lake O'Hara is really one of the jewels of the Canadian Rockies and has some wonderful hiking. You can stay for the day, camp, or stay at the Lake O'Hara Lodge. However, the area is considered a sensitive alpine area, and as such you must catch a shuttle bus to access the lake. Parks Canada manages the shuttle buses, and advanced reservations are required. You can find out how to reserve the shuttle on the Parks Canada website. Takakkaw Falls may not be that tall, in fact it's less than 100 feet in height, but it's very wide, and the force it brings with it is very impressive. It's the largest waterfall on the Kicking Horse River. You can take an easy hike through the forest to a stunning viewpoint of the falls. The Burgess Shale fossil beds is a surprise to many who visit this park. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is known for its exceptional preservation of marine fossils from the Middle Cambrian period. In fact, these fossils are over 500 million years old, which is older than the dinosaurs. To visit the site, you do need to join a guided hike to one of 3 different locations. The natural bridge is located on the Kicking Horse River and is, as the name would suggest, a naturally formed stone bridge. The natural bridge is easy to get to, and it's only 3 kilometers from field, and there's a large parking lot just off of the Trans-Canada Highway. The spiral tunnels are something I've driven by many years and never stopped at, which is a shame actually. But at this location, you can watch trains snake through the spiral tunnels from viewpoints that can be easily accessed directly off of the Trans-Canada Highway. In fact, I was just there a few minutes ago and got lucky as I saw a couple of trains going through the spiral tunnels. Other sites worth visiting in Yoho National Park include the Little Yoho Valley, Sherbrooke Lake, Twin Falls, and Kicking Horse Pass. Yoho is well known as a recreational paradise, and with more than 400 kilometers of alpine hiking trails, you'll find trails for every level of hiker. Popular trails include the Emerald Lake Circuit, Iceline Trail, and Yoho Valley Trail. The park is home to a variety of wildlife, including elk, grizzly bears, black bears, moose, and over 180 species of birds. Now, an important word about bears: be safe. Take all notices very seriously. If you hike, carry bear spray. Do not mess around with the bears. Other recreational activities include canoeing, mountain climbing, cross-country skiing, and fishing. But remember, you do need a permit when you're fishing in the park. And of course, Yoho is close to many national parks, including the very popular and magnificent Banff and Jasper National Parks. So there you go, Yoho.